try to do this class. I don't know
Okay.
how much of it I'm going to make.
Yep. Do what you can. Do what you can. Okay, I'm starting with a chest opener. Oh,
What's Maddie gonna do that you're teaching?
she's got a job already.
Where? Here?
Okay, here we go. Ball goes behind you, right in the middle of your back. Lean back onto it. Lift your hips, put them back down. Hands go behind the head, elbows are nice and wide. Now, vertigo sufferers, be careful how far you go over. I always mention that. Let's take a nice big inhale over. Exhale, curl back up. Inhale, just let the head rest in those fingertips. And exhale, come back up. And inhale over. Exhale up. Let's just do one more. And we'll inhale over. And exhale up. I want you to lengthen your legs onto your mat. Reach the fingertips for your toes. I'm in a Pilates stance. Now, barely have any weight on your ball. Barely. Now, slowly peel up and over. And the arms should be parallel to the floor. Press the back of the legs into your mat. And we roll it back. Take your time. Tuck your tail. Slowly come onto the ball. I'm going to arch over. Sweep my arms out to the side. Draw my chin. There was water bottle. I know there was water bottle this way. And then bring it slowly. Slowly. So if you go too fast, your ball's not going to be there and you come back. Chin to chest, eyes to belly. Tuck your tail. Melt the spine. I'm going to inhale over. Exhale, pause.
A slow learner.
Maybe you don't want to take your arms behind them.
Apparently.
Reach it long. It's our last one. Shoulders melt. Tuck the tail. Slow, slow, slow. Reach. Enjoy the length here and the stretch. We circle those arms. We're going to draw that chin to our chest. I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to bring one knee in towards my chest and slide it back out. Other knee in, but move slower with more control. So I have my abdominals in flexion here. So make sure you feel the abdominals holding you up. We'll do one more each leg. Inhale to exhale. Last one. Inhale to exhale. We'll slowly come off that ball and sit tall. Taking your time, lengthening your spine. Reach back to your ball and lengthen those arms. Now sweep the ball around to the front. I pass it to that hand. And I'm going to reach back. Try to stay tall. And same thing, I'm circling it around. So the same hand is grabbing it behind and passing it through. Try to keep that neck in line with your spine as well. And then we'll reverse it. We'll inhale. The opposite hand passes it. And we inhale to exhale. And two more. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Good. You're going to roll back down to the mat. Press into your ball. Take your time, vertebrae by vertebrae, and reach those arms all the way behind you. Now circle those arms around again. Draw my knees into my chest and place the ball behind the thighs. Arms can go to your side now. Now the knees being in closely will keep that back heavy. Keep it just as heavy as you tap your toes down and up. I'll inhale down and I'll exhale up. Inhale slowly. So I should not be able to fit my fingers between your mat and your back as you're lowering down. Just two more. Tapping those toes, bringing it back in. And one more. Tapping those toes. I'm going to stay in on this one. My hands will go to my shins. If you want to keep your head down, that's fine. I'm going to cue inhale on the mat. Exhale, nod the chin to your chest and come up until the shoulder blades are off the mat. My right hand is going to grab onto the ball, and I'm going to pass it behind me, and my legs will reach long, and I'll come back in and pass that same hand. I inhale to exhale. Now this is straining your back. How about bring the legs straight up and try that. One more. Inhale to exhale. Let's reverse it, the opposite hand. Never letting my back arch off the mat. Wrap those thighs. You choose how low those legs are. And we'll inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Take the ball to the front of your thighs. Press the thighs into the ball into the thighs. My right leg stays, my left leg will go out. Come in and switch. Now I want you to push that thigh into the ball. So I'm driving that knee towards the chest. Inhale. Now exhale. If your neck feels strained, please put it back onto your mat. And exhale. And inhale to exhale. One more time. Inhale to exhale and release. Let's stretch out the neck and release any tension. I'll look to one side and then I'll look to the other. We're going to bridge up and put that ball under our pelvis. So we'll lift up. When you're ready, bring those legs straight up into a Pilates V, and the legs should be directly over your hips. We're going to do little scissors. So my right leg will go down to about 45, and the other leg will come towards me. And we slowly switch. Think of those legs pressing out springs, and you're pressing longer each time you lower that leg. And again, you want to feel the core moving these legs. You got it. Now hold one leg here, grab onto it, and pull it towards you. Now slowly switch. Don't lose your balance on your ball. Grab onto that leg, pull it 2 times towards you. Switch, pull, pull, and pull, pull. Now you don't have to add the arms. So if you feel better with your arms down, that's fine. But remember, I cued move slowly with control. So right now, I feel like I've done like 200 ab crunches because I'm working so hard to keep on this ball. Inhale one leg, exhale the other. One more each leg. And then bring both legs up and your hands to the mat. So again, I'm in a Pilates stance. Ribs are heavy, arms are reaching long, double straight leg, lower lift. We're going to lower, 2, 3, zip up. So the lower my legs go, the more my glutes have to fire to support that back. Breathe, exhale all the air out of your center. Lower, 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 lift. Lower, lower. Now I'm going to add some frogs. So I'm going to lower down for 3, but coming in, I'm going to draw my knees towards my shoulders. So my knees are apart. I'm going to press back out. My legs go together. I come back in. So the lower my legs are, the more my core has to work. You're more than welcome to try that. But if it's too much to the lower back or your hips, you go higher. Inhale to exhale. Inhale to exhale. 2 more. Lengthen, scoop, and 1 more. Inhale to exhale. Take the legs in parallel and take those shins like a tabletop. Without moving your pelvis, tap your right toes down. As that leg slowly comes up, the other leg passes. Tap and tap. So again, it's just like those scissors, how we were constantly moving, and it was constant work for the belly. If you want, take the arms off the mat, palms up. So I've taken away some anchors, will challenge the balance a little bit more. Don't rush through this. Feel everything coming from the core. 2 more. Just the toes are touching. And 1 more. And pause. The knee that's bent, pull it towards you, slide the other leg long, and get a nice stretch in that hip. If you're having trouble with balance, just keep one hand on and the other hand can go to the mat. The knee that's pulled in, put that foot to the floor. Bring the other knee into the chest and slowly slide out that other leg. Keep pulling that knee towards you and enjoy this hip flexor stretch. Feels good. So bring both knees in and give a little hug. I'm going to bring my legs straight back up again. My arms go to my side. We're going to do some leg circles. So I'm going to lower my legs to 45, sweep my legs open, and come back up. Inhale to exhale. Lower, 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 circle. Now you can choose how big to make your circle, but your pelvis cannot move. Now let's reverse it. We'll open, connect. So could you feel your glutes fire when you start to go way out there from your center? So hopefully that's an automatic connection. If not, that will happen in time, but make sure your glutes are firing. And last one, we open, we come around, and we hold these legs up at 90. Take your right leg straight down until it's parallel to the floor. Then soften that knee and let your heel touch the floor. Slide that heel in, and as that leg comes up, the other leg is going to reach long. Slide it in. As it's coming up, the other leg goes out. Slide, pause, slide, pause. Take your time. Feel the length as you bring that leg all the way out there and sliding it back in. Now pause. The knee that's bent is going to go to the mat. The other leg goes straight up. Now it's going to slide out. Then the other leg will slide out. So the leg is always playing follow the leader with the starting leg. Take your time and feel your core engaged. I like how this makes my hips feel like they're getting so much length in a stretch. Last one, we'll stop with both legs up, and I'll bend my knees and give a little tug. Good. Okay, take your feet to the floor. Your legs should be a hand's width apart. I want you to bridge up for me, slide that ball out, and hold it up over your chest. Shoulders are down. Got it. Okay, legs again, one hand's width apart. We're gonna do little marches here. Anything done with the butt up can be done with the butt down, okay? So here we go. March one leg and the other. You can also get rid of your ball and use your arms and hands as an anchor point. Take your time, up and down, up and down, up. You should be able to move your neck freely. The shoulders have the weight on it. Now I want you to hold this next leg up. Put the ball behind that knee and put your arms to your side. So we're going to lower down and press back up. So yep, we just went into a single leg bridge. Inhale down, exhale up. By all means, if you want to work harder and balance, arms can come back off that mat. The last 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold it here. Now I'm going to take the same arm that matches the leg. I'm going to tap that leg to the floor and bring it up. My opposite arm, my same arm, I should say, is going away in the opposite direction. That's where the opposition is coming from. And 3, looking strong. And 2. And 1. Grab onto your ball. Fix your bridge. Take the opposite leg in. Put the ball behind it. You can take your arms down at first. We're going to do a single leg bridge. I'm going to lower down, lift up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. The next 4 You're more than welcome to take your hands off the mat. Palms are turned in. And I go for 4. Good. And 3. And 2. Now the same arm as the leg with the ball is going to reach away as my toes tap and bring it back up. Keep those hips in a straight line. And how about the leg is holding you there? Make sure it's not flopping out. And 4. Good. Keep those hips up. 3. Don't get tired on me. 2. I know. And 1. Grab onto the ball. 2 feet into that bridge. Lift up those hips and slowly mount down. Bring both legs straight up and take the ball against the shins and the shins against the ball. And keep the pressure right there. We're going to roll that ball up, drawing our chin to our chest. You choose how high you go, and then come back down. Draw that chin to your chest. Make sure if you're lifting your head, you nod that chin to your chest, eyes to the navel. Keep those legs reaching long. See if you can get an inch higher. Watch that neck, please. If you need to, have a hand behind the head to support. 2 more. You got this. And 1 more. Woo! Now have the ball in your hand, and I want you to bend your left knee and press out the right leg. If you want to keep your head down, that's fine. I'm going to nod my chin to my chest, and I'm going to straddle that bent knee. I'll switch and straddle the other leg. And switch. Now I want you to make note of your back. I am not taking my spine and rolling from one side of my back to the other. I am anchoring down my rib cage. It's not going with me. And I'm squeezing the oblique I'm twisting towards. I exhale as I press up. Draw that knee in. Draw that knee in. We'll go for 4 more. If you need to take a break sooner, hug your knees into your chest for 3. Give me 2 more. And give me 1 more. I love it. And release. Let's do a little stretch. Arms up. Put the ball into your right hand and let the arms go out like a T. You're going to take your knees away from the ball and you're going to look towards the ball. Keep your shoulders heavy. Nice. To come back up, use your abdominals. Bring the legs up first and then the ball. Put the ball in your left hand. Take your arms out like a T. Take your knees away from the ball. You're going to look towards the ball. Relax the neck. Shoulders are staying heavy. Use your abdominals to bring those knees back up. And we bring those arms back up. I'm going to rock myself up and balance up here. I'm going to balance. I'm going to press the ball into my shins into the ball. If this is too much for your lower back, just have your toes touch down. You can also put the ball behind you. Okay? So I want you to hold that there. Hold in closer. Put yourself into a little suitcase. Now keep the legs attached to the ball attached to the legs. Keep your chin to your chest. And we're going to slowly rock back. Back issues, we don't rock. Think of butt up, butt down, and hold. Don't think of throwing yourself back. Have a little control. Chin stays to your chest. Eyes stay fixed on the belly. You should look like a rocking chair. Rocking back and rocking up. And we'll just do 1 more. Inhale back, butt up, butt down, feet go back down. Slowly straighten them. Point the toes and roll that ball all the way out on top of the feet. Push the back of those legs down to the floor. And as my arms are reaching forward, my belly is scooping back. I'm relaxing my neck and my shoulders. And I bring my spine up nice and long. I'm going to keep my arms straight. And I'll take my chin to my chest, point those toes, and round back forward. Use your core to come up. The ball comes a couple inches towards me. Shoulders are down. And I round back forward. That was it. And I bring it back up. And I'm going to sit on my ball. It won't break, I promise. Might fall off of it, but if you'd rather not sit on your ball, that's fine too. Okay, so this is just bringing my hips a little bit higher. It's allowing me to give a little bit of release to my hip flexors and allow me to sit up taller. My legs are going to the edge of my mat. My feet are flexed and my arms are reaching long. I connect my shoulders to my back and I make sure that my neck is in line with my spine as well. I'm going to inhale up, and on the exhale, I'll draw my chin to my chest, scoop and round. So yes, my arms did move forward while my belly moved back. From your core, lift up, gentle squeeze of your sits bones. And then exhale, I take my chin to my chest first. As my fingers inch forward, my belly presses back. Inhale up. Exhale forward. One more. We'll inhale up tall. Where are those shoulders? And we'll exhale. Round, round, round. Stack your spine and release those arms. I'm going to soften my knees. Now I'm going to take my seat down. I'm going to stay against my ball. I'm going to lean back onto it. So if you feel like you don't have enough space to do that, move the ball further up. Okay? All right, so I'm going to take this to a tabletop to start. And I'm going to come a little bit off my ball. So I feel like my abs have to work a little harder to be up like this. Now I'm just going to roll back onto my ball, but to come off my ball, scoop that navel in deeper and up and bring yourself up lighter. I come heavy onto my ball. I don't lean back like this. I'm trying to stay in my little rounded rocking position. When I come up, I can lengthen. And again, I rock back, scoop to come up. Now, if you want to try closed leg rocker, we bring those legs straight up. I'm balancing. I can rock back on an inhale. Exhale, come back up. So make sure you're scooping deep to come back up. Inhale, rock it back. Exhale, scoop to lift. Eyes to belly as I rock back. Eyes over the fence. Give me one more. Rock back, scoop to come up. I'm going to take my legs as wide as my mat. And I forget about my ball. Take the arms out like a T. Rotate to face me. Yep. And now reach forward and look at your back hand. Lift up from your core. Twist it around. Soft your baby toe. Inhale up. Circle. Exhale. Inhale up. Rotate. Good. We'll just do one more to each side. Feel the rotation, the rotation, the rotation. And then we go an inch further in that rotation. I bring it up. Shoulders are heavy. Neck is long. Scoop in strong. Bring it back up. And release. Okay, let's come on to our stomachs. And I want you to put the ball at the top of your sternum. So my legs are a little bit wider than they normally would be for swan. All right. So my hands are like a goalpost. Shoulders are mounted, my neck is long, and my belly's pulling in strong. I want you to take your arms and just lift them up off your mat so they're still in a goalpost. I want you to press those arms out straight. And then I want you to sweep those arms back and try to squeeze those shoulder blades. Come back to your goalpost and release. So let's try that again. So I'm draped over my ball right now. I'm going to come alive. I'm going to lift my arms off my mat. Press them straight out. Pull the pinkies towards each other. Squeeze those blades. Bend the arms and go back over your ball. Lift up, engage your glutes. Press out. Pull back. and bend. Let's stay off the mat now. Press out, pull through, and again. Press out, squeeze those blades, and bend. One more, press out, squeeze, and release. So staying right here, I want you to press through your hands and arms and lift up your chest. And release that press. So I'm going to press through my palms, my forearms, and come down. This time I'm going to press, 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 and see if I can straighten my arms without my shoulders going to my ears, and then come back down. Try that again. Press long, inhale, exhale, and let's just do one more. I'll press through. My neck is along for the ride. It stays with the chest. Come back down. Slide your hands closer towards you and stretch back into a child's pose. So scoop and round. You got it. And breathe. Good. All right, let's try something a little bit more challenging. I'm going to take my ball and put it behind my left knee. And I still have both sets of toes. I can see my toenail polish on the floor. So you're more than welcome to do this with both knees, or one knee, I should say, staying on the floor. So the leg that has the ball is the one that's going to be moving. So modify, if I want to move this leg like this, I would keep this knee on the ground. Harder, I'm going to pull that belly in, squeeze lemons in my armpits, hover my shins, and I'll take that ball leg and I'll lift it up and down. So you see how I'm keeping my knee that's stationary in line with my hip, and my shin is just parallel to the floor. How's it going? And 3, but you don't have to have that knee lifted. And 2, and 1. I bring both knees down. How'd that go? It went? Okay, so lift the ball knee off the mat, and I want you to cross it over towards the opposite ankle, and then bring it up. Cross over and up. Now, if your wrists are saying, I really need a break, you're more than welcome to come down onto your forearms, but make sure that your shoulder and your elbow are in a straight line. That's another option. 4 more here. Cross over, back up to center. Cross over, up to center. Last one, cross over. Now hold this one here, flex your foot, and that's when you just squeeze the ball. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze. Now make note what your standing leg is doing. It shouldn't be tilted, so you should see your hip and knee in that straight line. Got it? And squeeze. And squeeze. And squeeze. And squeeze. And release. Okay, I'm going to take the ball out for a second. I'm going to stretch back and release my wrists. Now you know what's going on. We're going to do the other side. So I'm going to put the ball behind my right leg. I'm in a quadruped position. You cannot collapse your core during this. It's got to stay in. Your back needs to stay strong. All right, so I'm going to take my knees. The ball leg is going to come up, down, up. So I got a 90-degree angle with that standing leg. Inhale to exhale. And 3, Stay strong. 2. Both knees, thank goodness, come to the floor. I'm going to raise my ball knee parallel to the floor. I'll cross over to the opposite side, back to center. Cross over and lift. Cross over. You can go to your forearms, remember. Strong arms, though, if you're being in like this. When we go for 4 and 3, I'm still crossing over. And 2, good. Now I'm going to hold this one up. I'm going to see if my knee can be parallel to my hip. Squeeze the ball. 2, 3. When I squeeze that ball, my belly's firing, my hamstrings firing, my glutes firing. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Release. Let go of the ball. We'll stretch back. I'm going to curl my fingertips to my wrists. Ah, much better. Good. We surviving?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I want you to come onto your side, and you're going to mirror me. So your head's going to be on this side of your mat. And I'm going to be more on my side, not directly on my hip. That's next. But I'm going to come up here, and here's what's going to happen, okay? I'm going to hover my bottom leg. My legs are off the mat, and my top leg is going to lift up, and the ball is going to meet it. 2. Now make sure you're not plopping down on the shoulder. And it's just my top leg, it's lifting, but my bottom leg, I'm challenging my body by keeping it hovering off the floor. I want you to exhale when you come up. Next level, the legs can go together, right? You don't have to. Some days you feel strong, some days you don't. And I go for 4. 2 more. 1 more. And release. Now I want you to come on your side completely. Come all the way down. You can either support your head or lay all the way down. I'm going to take my legs to the front edge of my mat. I'm going to bend my top leg and put the ball under my toes. So make sure you got hips are stacked. Bottom rib cage is nice and light. I'm going to roll this ball out, pause, and then bring it back in. Roll it out. That's an inhale. Lengthen. Feel like you're trying to reach that leg an inch longer each time. Inhale. 2, exhale. We got 3 more to go here. 2 more. Lengthen, scoop, reach. Last one. And I'm going to hold this one in. I'm going to lift my bottom leg up and then down and up. And I like to have opposition. So my first one, my fingers went like this. I'm like, nope, that's not correct. I push into the mat to lift up. Make sense? Relax the shoulders. You got it. And 3. And 2. Can you hold this one up? Roll this ball out. Make sure you're on your sides. And we're going to circle. And 2. 3. 4. Reverse. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Roll onto your stomach. All right, so my feet are reaching long. I have a pillow with my hands. My belly's pulling in. I'm going to reach my legs longer, lift them up, and then down. Lift up and down. So I'm squeezing my glutes, pulling my belly in. You got it. Lift up and lower. Lift up and lower. Just 2 more. Lift and lower. Now hold this one up. I'm going to squeeze that ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Second set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep your belly in. Keep your glutes firing. Keep those legs reaching long. Yes, I'm squeezing that ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Hands go onto the mat and stretch slowly back into a child's pose. Scoop that belly and round that back. Stay here for a second and breathe. Nice breath in. Nice deep breath out. And 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Grab your ball. We'll take our head on the other side of our mat. So I'm not directly on my side. I'm slightly back. So it's more on my seat than my hip. I can't collapse, so make sure that shoulder's squeezing that lemon under your armpit. Ball is up. I'm going to hover my legs, and just my top leg is going to lift and lower. So you don't have to hover that bottom leg. And I'm exhaling. Remember, I'm not completely on my side, right? And lift. Take your time. Woo! Feel good from that core lift. Now, if you want, glue those legs together. And maybe this side doesn't want to do both legs. You don't have to. Don't feel pressure. And 3. And 2. Use that belly. And 1. And we come onto our side. Scoot back. Prop the head up or lay all the way flat. Slide your feet to the front edge of your mat. Bend your top knee. Put your toes on the ball. And we're going to slowly roll out. We pause, lengthen. Now scoop that belly to bring that knee back in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Good. Make sure you're on your side. Relax that top shoulder. You got it. Like you're going an inch longer. Take your time. Take your time. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Now we're going to hold this one in. We're going to lift that bottom leg up and down. Don't let that shoulder go with you. Push into the mat with that hand as you lift up. Heel of the hand presses down just gently, just gently. Make sure the belly's engaged. Inner thigh, glute. 3, good. And 2. Now I'm going to stay hovered. I'm going to reach that leg long again. Make sure you're on your side. We're going to go forward circles. Keep that ball tight. And 3. Gotta have the glutes involved. 2. And 1. Reverse it. Behind, front, pause. Round to come up. Round to come up. And round to come up. Bend those knees. We don't need to do our belly stuff again. And we come back up if you want to. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I'm gonna take my legs wide. I'm gonna roll my ball out. Give me a nice big stretch. Let the neck be relaxed, shoulders relaxed, and just reach it out. All right, bring it back in. I'm gonna bend my knees. My feet are further out. My arms are straight, and my ball is resting on top of my knees. Okay, so here's how far we'll come up. We're not going to go over onto the shins. We're going to stay to the knees. That's as high as we go. We're going to tuck our tail. Now, if you know you can't come back up, don't go all the way down. I'm holding that boulder from rolling down my legs. I nod my chin to my chest. I find that lower back. Lift, lift, lift. That's an inhale, believe it or not. Exhale, control coming down. Melt the shoulders. I nod my chin to my chest. Shoulder blades come up. Inhale up. Exhale down. We can add on chin to chest. Inhale, grab onto your ball. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, tap. Do that again. So remember, my abdominals are engaged. If I'm up too high, my abs are saying this is a vacation. But I'm not here either. I'm here in my teaser end point at the top. Now attach it back to your body and roll it down. 4, 3, grab onto your ball, reach it behind you, bring it back up over your chest. Do that again. The rib cage should not be arching. Don't be able to fit your hand underneath there. 1 more. Bring the ball back to your thighs. Draw the chin to your chest. Find that lower back. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Legs together. If you want, you can kick one leg, kick the other leg. I'm going to roll back now. Roll it back. Reach the arms behind you. Exhale, bring them back up. Do it again. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Keep the ribs heavy. Bring it to your thighs. Draw the chin to your chest. Push that boulder back up. Grab onto that ball. If you want, instead of 1 leg, you can do 2. So I would lift for 4, 3, 2, hold it here, put the ball between the ankles and come onto your forearms. Open the chest, legs are long. We're gonna do hip circles. We're gonna go to the front of the room, down around to the back and hold and reverse. Inhale, squeeze that ball to come up. Circle the legs to one direction. Yep, you can also do this lying on your back. I like that. Keep the ribs heavy though. If you're lying on that back, don't look like you're doing a hula hoop. Last one. And lay all the way down and hug those knees in. Woo, and just rock it side to side. You deserve that. Okay, grab onto your ball. I'm gonna cross my ankles, rock myself up. I'm gonna come into a quadruped position again. Now you're more than welcome to stay here and squeeze the muscles that we're squeezing. You're more than welcome to go with your knees further back into a modified plank, squeezing the same muscles we are, or take one leg back at a time and end in this plank. You can be on your forearms, you can do it against the wall. All right, so I'm going to lift my right leg. My left heel is going to flex, flex, put the leg back down. Other leg lifts up, I flex, flex, put it down. Lift up, flex the heel, put it down. I need you to squeeze those armpits. Keep that core pulling in. Pulse, pulse. Return, last one. Pulse, pulse to your knees and stretch back. That go okay? We're so quiet today. It's been like that all day. It's okay. Okay, let's go on to our seat. Let's go on to our seat. You can either have your fingers facing your seat. If you've ever had a wrist issue, like me, I always turn my hands out, away from each other. But ideal is here. All right, so I'm in my Pilates V. Shoulders are down, chest is open. I'm gonna do a pelvic tilt, scoop my belly, and come up. Oh, my mat's going with me. And then lower back down. Let's try that again. Shoulders down, chest open, scoop, and lift. Come back down.
You keep your shoulders down when you do this?
Mm-hmm.
How do you
Start with them down. So if you start like this, they're gonna be like that.
Okay.
So I like to start them already down. So squeeze lemons with your armpits. Now make it about this, scooping and lifting. There you go. Now feel like your chest is opening and almost like your shoulders are rolling back. Now if you want extra credit, I lift one leg up without your hips lowering. So squeeze those armpits. Boom. One more each leg. Up and down. Up and down. Lower your seat. Then just stretch forward. Lovely. Okay, grab onto that ball. We're gonna come onto our stomachs. And we're gonna reach that ball out in front of us. So we're gonna do some swimming. Yay. I know we have some swimmers in class that may like this part. All right, so I want you to have the heel of your hands on the ball. Fingertips are reaching long. Notice my arms aren't down here on my mat. They're stretching long. My forehead's resting on the mat, and I'm just gonna connect my shoulders a little bit further to my back so I'm not way out like this. From the glutes, lift the legs up, hold it for 3 counts, and then put them back down. We'll add on in a second. So lift the legs up, scoop that belly in, reach those legs long, and then release. And we'll lift up, 2, 3. Now this time, I'm gonna add my head and chest. It's gonna lift up, 2, 3, everything comes down. Everything lifts up, hold, 2, 3, belly pulls in as I come down. I'm gonna inhale, 2, 3, exhale. Now this time I'm gonna hold this up, let go of the breath, and just gonna take one leg and then the other, and get this little swim going on. Keep on swimming, Keep on swimming. Connect your shoulders to your back. You can lift your head and chest as high as you would like, but keep those legs working in the center line, not too far apart. And we go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and release. Let go of your ball, and we're doing our child's pose back. Scoop the belly, round the back. Ah, wonderful. Okay, so let's do mermaid and mermaid stretch. Those are 2 different things. So those of you who know what that means, it's like a side plank, the first exercise. All right, so I'm gonna I'll grab my ball. All right, so let's get your legs set up first. So I don't wanna have my knees in too far because that's a lot more for my hip to be working. So I'm gonna take my legs a little further out. I'm going to take my top leg and drop it in front of the other leg, but my inner thighs are going to stay braided, okay? I have to have a little space here, so I don't want you to have your arm here. It's more out here, and I'm holding a lemon in that armpit. My palm is facing up. As my ball comes up, I lift my hips, I follow my ball, right? And I retrace my steps, but I don't touch the mat. I inhale up and over, exhale. One more. Now hold this here. Bring that ball straight up, look straight ahead. Can you thread that ball through and bring it straight back up? And do that again. Thread it through. You can also take that bottom knee and make it like a kickstand. And thread it through. And now I'll finish by coming back down. Okay. Take the knees towards the edge of your mat and grab onto that top shin. If you can't sit tall with your legs this close, separate them. Bring that arm straight up, elbows out. I'm nice and tall in my spine. On an inhale, I'm going to side stretch over. Now on the exhale, I have to be able to hold myself up. Now my palms are up. I bring my forearm onto the mat. And I stretch in this direction. I inhale, exhale to hold. Hook on. Inhale, feel the side stretch right here. Exhale, your obliques help hold you up here. Come onto your forearm. Keep your hips pressing down. Now stay here. Can you rotate and take this hand to the mat? Can you add the other hand to it? And hold that little stretch. I want you to retrace your steps. Forearm goes down. Reach that arm out and bring yourself back up. Okay, stay in your powerhouse. Bring the legs around, up and over that ball. So my knees are not going to stay this close. I push them a little further out. You can try, you can do it this close, but wow, it's a lot more for the hip, right? So I have to come out a little bit further. My top leg comes forward, but I keep my inner thighs connected. I got space here, so it looks like a little triangle. I'm going to squeeze into that armpit so my shoulder is safe. Okay, palm is up. I'm going to follow the ball. I'm going to lift up and over. Follow the ball, hover. Inhale, good. Exhale. Inhale, we got one more. Hold this one up. Bring the ball straight up. Now thread through. Bring it up. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Oh, and we lower it down. Now we bring our knees closer. We get rid of the ball. All right, so either legs are stacked or they're open. Grab onto your top shin. Keep your elbows soft and sit tall. I'll inhale, stretch over. Exhale, hold. Palms still up. Try to keep your butt cheeks where they just were. They shouldn't be here. Come back up. Hook on, inhale. Exhale. Now on this one here, I want to rotate. That palm is flat. I bring the other arm and I push through those palms. I retrace my steps, forearm comes back down. I reach over my head and I bring myself back up and I release. Swing those legs around. Okay, let's do seal. So my hands are together and they're gonna reach down to my heels. And I can't go any further. I go around the outsides of my feet. And I'm gonna walk my feet to my seat. And this time, my heels aren't touching, it's my toes. I'm gonna balance. Draw your knees a little closer so they're more like your frame distance apart. And we're just gonna tap these toes. And you don't have to rock, just tapping your toes. That movement here is releasing that hip. Don't go real fast. Now, if you want to rock, we tap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We gently rock back, not onto our necks. We tap 1, 2, 3. We rock up. 1, 2, 3. You don't want to tap? Don't tap. You can more like just rock and roll like a ball. 1, 2, 3. And inhale back. 1, 2, 3. Exhale up. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Let the feet come down. And then pull the heels closer towards you. Hands on your ankles, elbows on your knees, and let's push those knees down. Get a nice stretch here. Relax the shoulders and relax that neck. Beautiful. Slide those legs out straight. Take your left ankle over your right quad. One hand by the foot, one hand by the knee. Hinge forward. Feel like your chest is going forward, glutes going back. Where do you feel this at? The glute of the bent leg side. Good. Bring it back up. Now that foot that's not on your mat, drop it down to your mat. The opposite hand as that bent leg is going to wrap around to pull you up taller. And I'm going to look over that bent leg. So I'm pulling into that leg as I'm pressing away from it. And then untwist, straighten that leg out, and then take the other ankle over that quad. Sit tall, hand by the knee, hand by the foot, hinge. So I'm not rounding. I like to hinge and feel like my chest is coming forward and my glutes pressing back. That works for me. And then that foot that's off the mat slides down to the mat. The opposite hand wraps around to lift your spine up tall. Now you can twist over that bent leg. Gorgeous. And unwind. Take both legs straight out and take the hands behind your head. If you can't sit tall like this, bend your knees, sit cross-legged. I'm going to inhale here, and on the exhale, twist 2 times to me. 1, 2. Now try not to move your feet at all. Other side. 1, 2. Inhale. Exhale. The feet staying still. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. 1, 2. Last one. And release. All right, come on to hands and knees. We're finishing up. Minutes away. Minutes away. All right, so your sits bones. We're going to slide up the wall. I'm not going to move my head and chest. I just want to move from my pelvis. That makes sense? So I'm going to keep my back still and let my pelvis move. Do you feel a nice release in that lower back? And just pull that belly in, tuck that tail. One more. Yep. Now curl those toes under and press back into that down dog. So my feet are flat. I want you to walk your hands, keep those arms straight, walk them back. Yep. Now connect your heels. And if you're able, you can do this against a wall. You'll hold a plank, and we're gonna do some tricep push-ups to finish. You're welcome. So I'm gonna walk it out. 3, 2, 1. Now you don't have to do tricep push-ups. You can also lower to your knees to do these, okay? I think I'm gonna do that today. My arms are feeling tired. Okay, here we go. Elbows shave off the rib cage, bring it back up. Inhale, exhale, 2. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, 3. Hike your seat back up. Without moving from your hips, walk the hands back. 1, 2. Hold it here. Woo. Let's walk it back out one more time. 3, 2, 1. Hold a plank. Drop to the knees. Don't do the triceps or do the triceps. Inhale. Exhale. See, I give you so many choices. Inhale. Exhale. 2. And inhale. Exhale. 3. Hike back up. Now hold it here. Separate your feet. And see if you can walk your feet. Now keep your legs straight. Walk your feet in. Keep your legs straight. Flex your feet. Yeah. Walk them back out. So you're in that down dog. Now once you're using your belly more, try that again. Scoop your belly as you lift the toes forward. And then walk it back. 3, 2, 1. Lower to your knees. We're going to finish with a child's pose. My arms go behind me. I'm going to curl my fingertips to my wrists. You worked hard today. It was a good hard. Right? Like no comments. Yeah, good hard. Yeah. Yep. And I'm going to sit back on my heels if your knees allow that. If not, you can stay in your child's pose. Give me a nice big inhale up. And exhale down. And one more. Now bring those hands together at the top and let them come right down to the chest. And you have made it. Woo! Okay. You feel better than we started, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.